Hello, today we're going to be talking about digital citizenship, but more importantly, the part of digital citizenship that has to do with digital communication and ways that we can incorporate that into our classroom lessons. So first I want to start with what is digital communication? Well, basically digital communication is anything that involves interacting with somebody else online. This can look like online messaging, posting in on someone's social media post, sending an email, sending a direct message on Twitter, responding to a post, or commenting and leaving a review, or even video chatting with your friends. And digital communication is really important, especially in today's day and age with our digital native students, because they need to know how to communicate online clearly and safely when they're using technology, because that's what they're going to be doing for the rest of their lives, in their academic lives as well as their personal lives. And even when they grow up and get jobs, they're going to be communicating almost entirely online. So for this lesson, to kind of incorporate digital communication in the classroom, I have a lesson that's called Immigration in Iowa. And what this lesson is about, it really just gives students the opportunity to think about and expand their knowledge of immigration in the United States and in Iowa. So some of the focus questions for this lesson that I would like my students to think about are like, what would compel people to move to a new place? Or how did immigrants or other groups shape the culture of the United States and Iowa? And also, what did refugees or immigrants experience when they did arrive in America? What was things like for them? I want my students to really be able to put themselves in an immigrant's shoes and think about how it must have felt, or how they did change our Iowa culture, or even our culture in the United States. So this is a third grade social studies lesson. So it's planned around the third grade social studies Common Core standards, which are analyzing the movement of different groups in and out of Iowa, including the removal and the return of indigenous people in Iowa. And the other one is explaining the cultural contributions that different groups have made on Iowa. So how did the immigrants affect Iowa, or how did the indigenous people affect Iowa that were already here? What things do we still use or have or do today that was influenced by those people? And as for the technological standards, or the ISTE standards, I think this really covers the creative communicator standard, especially the part where students need to communicate clearly and effectively by using digital objects, because in this lesson we're going to be using a digital discussion board, and they're mostly going to use their words, but they could also add some pictures or some visuals or models in there. And also the digital citizen is definitely a part of this lesson, because we're going to be engaging in positive, safe, and ethical discussions when using our technology. We're going to learn to interact with our peers online and using this technology to help us do it. So the lesson objective, some things that I want my students to be able to do after they complete this activity, is I really want them to understand the history of indigenous people in Iowa and how they impacted Iowa's history. I also want them to be able to understand and be able to show their knowledge and demonstrate what compels people to move to a new place, and how the culture of Iowa was impacted by different immigrant groups. So how did they change what we do today, our customs? And as for the digital communication objective, I really want students to be able to communicate their thoughts and answer questions in an appropriate and safe way. And we're going to be using a Google Jamboard. There are many other discussion boards online that you can use. This one's just my favorite because I really love Google and it's always free. But that's not the only one. There's plenty out there that you can use. Some resources for this lesson is definitely a computer or a laptop for each student, especially because we're going to be doing the online discussion board. And we're going to be doing most of our research online too, which is why I have these next two websites linked in, because the iowa.gov website is going to be really great for offering kind of a history of immigrants in Iowa and the indigenous people. So it's really going to cover a lot of our focus questions. And it even has a section about why people might have chose to come to Iowa. what was their driving force or deciding factor. And the last website I have here, I really love because it's got multitude of immigration stories, but it also has an interactive Ellis Island tour. And students can click on it and actually really put themselves in an immigrant's shoes by being there in a virtual sense and just really seeing what it was like to have been an immigrant coming to the United States back coming through Ellis Island. So to get started with this activity, starts with step 1, where I explain to the students that we're going to be focusing on immigration in Iowa. And then I'll just kind of define immigration as people moving to a new country from an old country for a various number of reasons. That could be economic, or for a social reason, or for religious reasons, or for freedom. A lot of people have done it for that. And so we're going to be looking at that. And then I will also explain that we're going to be working on our digital communication skills by replying to each other on an online discussion board. And that's something that I really want to focus on, that they know how important this digital communication skill is, because it's going to be helpful for the rest of their lives. They need to know how to communicate in a safe way, and what they should share online, what they shouldn't share online, what sites are safe, what sites aren't, who they should talk to and about what, things like that. So step 3, I want to give my students a few minutes to post on the Jamboard first, and explain what they think, what immigration means to them, and why they think people would want to move to the United States from another country. So that's before we do any research, and I just kind of want to see what's in their heads. And I also kind of want to give them a little bit of practice with Google Jamboard. Step 4, explain to the class that they're going to be looking on the iowa.gov website and the other website to find out about early immigrants in Iowa. So I really like this activity because it kind of gives them free range. As long as they learn about our basic focus questions, they really can do the online research themselves and just give them freedom to explore. But before we get started with that, step 5, I want to review the rules for using technology safely in our classroom, which is what I've mentioned before: who to share information to and what to share, what sites are safe and what sites aren't. So for step number 6, I really think this guided practice / modeling step will really help students see what is and what isn't appropriate. So for this step, I'm going to make my own online discussion post, and I'm going to have my students write it with me as a kind of guided practice. So this will really give me the chance to maybe write something that is inappropriate, like my name is whatever and this is where I'm from. I would ask them if that's right, and it's not, because you shouldn't share your information or location online. And so I want them to see that that's not okay to do, and I just want them to help me kind of write an appropriate post that we can bounce ideas off together, and so they can really see, like, this is okay and this is not okay, and they're going to be doing that themselves, but also with my help, and so that'll be a really good example. Step number 7, allow students to explore the websites, write down key information about the guided questions on their online discussion board. So they're going to write another Jamboard or another discussion board or whatever, and this is going to be a new post about the things that they have found out, their research. So while they are given free range to explore these websites, I'm going to have them write down key ideas or anything that answers the questions that we've asked, or just any fun fact that they found interesting or that they thought was cool that they want to share with the class. And after they get all their thoughts organized, they're going to post their discussion, and then I will call on several students to share. Even though it's online and I can see it, I want them to kind of talk and communicate with each other to get that kind of collaborative learning in there. And the last step is to have students reply to 2 other students with a follow-up question or just a statement to the third person. So they're going to reply to 2 people. They're going to really read their post, and they're going to have to think about what they could say to further the conversation in an appropriate way. And they're also going to find a third person and ask them a question and think about what they can do to deepen their knowledge and the person's post that they're commenting on's knowledge, which is also what I'm going to use as a sort of formative assessment. The students will post, and I'll look at their journal posts for a sort of more formative assessment. After each student has posted, I am going to go back and read their comments and comment on their digital communication skills, but also how well they've mastered the concept of the impact that immigrants have had on Iowa. And I always like to do a little compliment sandwich. Like, I want to start with something that they did really well, really strongly, and then I'll comment on something that they might need some improvement on or something they could try next time. And then I'll always end on a positive note to leave them feeling encouraged and not discouraged. Some extension ideas that I like to really further their understanding of the impact that immigrants and Indigenous people have on the United States culture today is we could explore immigration in other states, especially eastern states right next to Ellis Island, because another extension idea is really diving into the history of Ellis Island. I really liked that website where students could have that interactive tour of Ellis Island, and they can really make connections on how immigration impacts our culture in Iowa and the United States, all of the states. So that's it. This is our digital communication lesson that involved the chance for students to comment on other people's posts online. That's going to really help them put a face to their other people's profile pictures. It's going to help them know that what they say online has weight, and it's not just a profile picture they're talking to. It's an actual person that has feelings, and I think it'll really help them be mindful of what they post about in the future.